Hi everyone, I'm Mostly Blind Gamer, also MBG for short, Phil, he, him pronouns, and I will also answer to Game Master or GM or narrator for this stream. This is the first session we'll be holding for the first ever Everyone Games event. We are here to help everyone game. We're here to raise awareness for accessibility in gaming in its various perspectives. We're also raising money for two wonderful charities, Able Gamers in the US and Special Effect in the UK. And it would be amazing if our lovely viewers would donate. Additionally, please check out our website at everyone-games.com for more information, including our schedule of other panels and games today and tomorrow between 7 a.m. and 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, I am joined by two players right now, and I will ask you guys to be so kind as to introduce yourselves. So, Tarren, do you want to start?
Sure. So my name is Tarren. I use they, them pronouns. I've been actually playing Cat for a good several months, and so I'm happy to bring it out here in the Everyone Games space.
Excellent.
And I will be playing Whiz Bang, by the way.
Of course. We'll introduce your characters next in character, which should be
awesome.
Very fun. And we're also joined by Sightless Combat.
Hello. Hopefully you can all see and hear me. I am Sightless Combat, sometimes shortened to Sightless Combat or SK. I use he, him pronouns. And this is my first time not only ever playing Cat. Thank you to the Everyone Games team for inviting me to this event. It's great to be here. It's not only my first time playing Cat, but also my first time ever playing a tabletop RPG. So this should be pretty interesting to say the least. And I will be playing a brand new pre-generated character that I have just named and customized a little by the name of Mittens, and you will shortly see him coming along as well. So thank you again, and really looking forward to this.
Excellent. Of course, thank you. And of course, everybody check out the schedule because you'll have other chances to watch these lovely people on stream today and tomorrow. Okay, so Cat is a TTRPG by John Wick. It is a very interesting game, a very flexible game. Anybody can really play Cat, from kids to grown-ups and everybody in between. It's very customizable, and it's a lot of fun. Now, so what's the concept? Every time you've seen a cat jump at something for no reason or stare at a blank point in space, or every time they're running around, once again, for no apparent reason, the truth is what's happening is they're saving you, right? They're trying to save you. They are fighting boggans, demons that humans can't see. And that go after humans. Now, every 1,000 years, a contest happens, and the contest determines who are the best animals on Earth and the worst animals. And cats have won the contest, the latest contest, and humans were dead last. And the rules are that the winners have to protect the very losers, because, well, let's face it, we don't have claws, we don't have fangs, we don't have wonderful fur to keep us warm and shiny. So, we need Cat's help to fight demons for us. Now, we're going to be running my homebrew adaptation of Cat. My perspective on these demons is we're dealing with metaphorical demons that humans have to deal with, right? And I feel like cats and animals in general can be a wonderful help for us humans to deal with these demons we can't see. That being said, we've discussed this before the game, so everybody's going to be comfortable. But for mostly the benefit of the audience, you'll be able to check a link for content warnings just to make sure nobody's uncomfortable. Okay, and with that, we will begin. Now, you find yourselves in Springfield. Which Springfield? I don't know. There's quite a few Springfields around the world between the US, the UK, Australia, New Zealand. So, yeah, all of them and none of them, which is great for me because it means I can make anything I want happen there, right? Okay. And you guys meet behind a dumpster at the end of a cul-de-sac in a suburban neighborhood. So this is a quiet street. You have two-story houses, fences, some trees. There might be a little park, maybe with a swing. And you guys, being cats, find yourselves in the early morning, which is really the end of the working day, so to speak, for cats who are nocturnal creatures mostly. And you're gathered here behind this dumpster because a nice human often leaves some food for cats, maybe a can of tuna, maybe a bowl of milk, and you guys enjoy meeting here. So, as you're here, why don't you guys introduce yourselves to each other as cats? That is.
Hey. Psst. Hey.
Hey.
Haven't seen you around here before, but then again, I'm new here. Name's Mittens. Well, that's what humans call me anyway. Mittens or Cable Finder. Well, I'll tell you what, don't ask me how I got here, because, to be totally honest, I'm not entirely sure myself. But the reason they call me Cable Finder? Well, whenever humans need devices the most, they seem to just suddenly not have any juice, I believe is the term, because I've unplugged it. I mean, if you give me a device, you call it a mouse, and then you say you need to go and catch a mouse. Well, that's just confusing, isn't it? I mean, yeah, anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. So, good to meet you, and tell me a little about yourself. That's enough about me.
Well, welcome, Mittens. I am Whizbang. I've actually been a regular around here for a good several years. And Whizbang, I got the name because, well, I am perceived to go flying around the room, one day causing my humans to utter the phrase "whiz-bang," and it stuck.
Ah, makes sense. I mean, my humans were a lot less inventive than yours, and they just decided to call me Mittens the Kitten, and that kind of stuck as well. As you can see, I'm not exactly a kitten now. You know how it is. But no,
Time does go by.
I'm surprised I haven't seen you around here. Then again, this is a big place. As much as it might look a little small from here. But yes, no, very good to see you. And hopefully this will be one of those chance meetings that ends up, I don't know, saving the neighborhood, maybe.
Who knows?
Heard a few stories myself. Let's
Things
see.
do tend to. This does tend to be a point of, shall we say, knowledge, and
And maybe the catalyst for something greater.
yes, indeed.
You'd be furious if I kept giving these puns out now, wouldn't you? Yeah, my humans decided to teach me a lot of those. Perfectly reasonable.
Absolutely excellent. All right. Okay. So, as you guys are finishing up your introductions, you hear something, off in the distance. You hear what sounds like a struggling, pained meow. You hear. Oh.
I believe your noise reduction is cutting out the meows.
Oh no!
That does tend to happen. Thank you.
That's
You
all right.
hear, is that better?
There we go.
Wonderful. So you hear what sounds like a pained meow. What do you guys do?
Well, I mean, surely we have to at least investigate, if nothing else.
Of course.
So we try and figure out where it's coming from and make our way over there as quickly as we can because we're not sure precisely what's going on here. Could just be that a cat's got just mildly stuck and they're slightly panicky, or it could be worse.
Okay.
What's the plan? You've been around here longer than me. What do you reckon?
It could be. I suggest we get closer. We'll be able to hear it a little better.
All right.
Good.
So one of you guys roll me your face to hear. I'm gesturing at my ears. The direction the meowing is coming from.
Trying to find my stats. Question is who's got the higher face stat in this case? So I have a 3 on mine.
Oh no, you are metagaming.
Sorry, wasn't sure whether. Well, yeah, good. Yeah, I just remember seeing the recording and you were all swapping stats. So
yeah, that is true. Okay, I'm actually looking at your character sheets and you're evenly matched on that. So
okay.
Yes.
Well, that's convenient. Right.
Yeah.
I'll take a listen and see what I can figure out from here.
Excellent.
And here's what we do, depending on how good your roll is.
So how many do we roll for this? So we roll.
You roll the number of d4s that's on your face.
D6s.
On your face.
D6s.
Sorry, d6s, of course, on your face. That sounds wonderful. So you have 3 points for your face trait.
Yep.
So you would roll 3 6-sided dice.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I get let me just see. So I get 3 evens, if I'm remembering the rules right. 2, 6, and a 4.
That is correct. Oh wow, that is absolutely excellent.
You know exactly where it's coming from.
So for a little context, I got shown a recording of this before I signed up to play, and I remembered a lot of things like the evens being counted.
Very
like
good. So this is all, if anybody wants to get in the nitty gritty of this, besides just listening and watching the story,
The question is,
definitely check out the book.
so the question is, what do we hear from this distance? Where do we figure out this is coming from?
Right. Okay. You got 3 evens. That was fantastic. I will give you lots of information. So this is you recognize this as a cat in distress, but not in pain.
Right.
And you can tell that it's coming from a house, which is 1 house over from where you are. So you guys are at the, at the end of that street, by the, I blanked out.
By the dumpster, yeah.
By the dumpster. Thank you. And you would have to go past 1 house, and then it will be the next house over on that side of the street.
Okay, so best route from here, given, as I say, you know this town far better than me.
Should be a pretty straight shot. We just gotta, I would say, keep a little low, because, well, low profile.
Exactly. I mean,
Last thing we need is animal control showing up. Those big vans.
Yeah, not pleasant. Had a couple of run-ins with those myself and narrowly escaped. So hopefully we don't have any of that happen this time. I think you're right. Low profile should be reasonably straightforward to get across here. So let's see.
Okay, so what route are you guys taking? Are you just, going on the sidewalk?
I
Do you want to go?
I feel like if we just breaking character for a second. I feel like if we go round, I think our cats would go round the back rather than trying to get straight across.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. So
the more out in the open you are, the more likely you are to get seen. So.
Yep, makes total sense.
Yeah.
As you guys, walk away from the dumpster and turn to towards the back of the houses, you can walk behind the fences that close off the backyards.
Aha, get an easier route through, maybe? Actually, it's a question of whether it's an easier route through or if this first house has anything dangerous, shall we say, for lack of a better way of putting it. Anything that doesn't like us as much as we want to protect humans, if you get my drift, Whizbang.
I do. Not all humans appreciate us, unfortunately.
No, and that's kind of the problem. Do you reckon we take the fences or do we steer clear?
I think if we can get in behind, on the inner side of the fence we need to go to.
So you could go around the fences behind the houses, right? Or you could go into
the yard itself,
into the first yard, or you could go around that.
Oh, we could go around one and into the second through,
and get to the second yard, and then you'd have to figure out how to. Well, you'd have to figure out how to get through either fence.
Yeah, good point.
Taking this route, yeah.
So
let's go behind the fences and go in on the house that we need to be at.
So go round and then in through try and get through second fence. So steer clear of the first yard and then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay. You guys go around the first yard.
Yep.
First fence, you get to the fence that's closing off the backyard of the second house, which is where you're going to. Okay. How do you guys want to get through? If you were here, what would you expect to see? What would you be looking for?
Maybe sort of. I was going to use British terminology and say dustbins then, but like maybe you see a dustbin by the side of the fence, you jump onto that over the top, maybe. But maybe that's just me.
I would say that would be inside.
I don't know. It depends
fence,
if they leave it out the back for the.
The trash. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That sounds perfectly reasonable to me. You have convinced me.
Yay.
So, all right. So you want to go jump onto the trash cans.
Yeah.
And
Try and
then
get onto the trash can, and then
Yep.
over those.
It's going to be kind of a risky leap to get over the top, but it might be a.
Right.
maybe-
Well, you'll be higher up, right?
Exactly.
So,
Yeah. So hopefully it should be less.
So that sounds like two not impossible jumps instead of one more challenging jump.
Exactly.
Alrighty. In that case, do roll me your legs, and
Okay.
we're looking for at least one even
Hang on a minute. Just
to get over the trash can. Get onto the trash can. 2 evens to do it gracefully.
You looking for both of us for legs on this one, or?
Sorry.
Just SK now. Oh.
Okay. I've already rolled mine.
Yeah.
And
Cool.
And I'm fortunate enough to have.
Avribot is seems to be very friendly too, which is great.
It does indeed. Because I have three. Fortunately have 3 evens, which means we could have an extra one for style, or we could save it for later, if I'm remembering correctly.
Right. So how I was gonna handle this is, if you with 2 evens, I would let you gracefully jump onto the trash can. With 1
3.
even.
Okay, with 1. Yep.
And then you could save 2. You would jump onto the trash can, thereby making it wobble and making your second jump over the fence harder.
Ooh.
I like
the
that
2
ooh,
evens.
so I've decided that that's what happens.
Okay.
Okay, fine.
Does that work for you?
Yeah, well, it'll have to, won't it? You're the game master after all. It'll have to.
Well, we're making the story together. This sounds like
sounds reasonable enough. You make the jump with wobble slightly, and
right. This sounds fun to me, but you get a style point. So you should be able to use that one next. So let me mark down your style point on my notes here.
Okay, so
all right. So tell us how you jump onto the trash can.
So I try and I look to make a running jump at first, and then realize that's not going to work just because of the heights. So instead, I go from a standing start, stand beside it, lean down as much as I can, and spring rather more gracefully than I'd expected onto the trash can. Unfortunately, I slightly miss my landing. Well, not miss, just essentially slightly misangle everything, and the trash can wobbles in a precarious position, thus making my secondary jump over the fence a little more difficult than I'd anticipated originally.
Right. So about that, let's roll for your second jump.
Oh, God.
Give me 3 evens to clear the fence.
So what do we roll?
You roll your legs.
You still roll that, okay?
Yeah.
Yep.
Just checking.
And you can roll. You can add an automatic even with your.
So I've got 2 evens here.
Yeah. Okay.
But
you can add your style point that you earned from.
I'm going to add that in. I'm going to add that in just because that will make the jump consistent. It'll make it work.
Yes.
Instead of like missing stuff, so we might as well use it now.
Excellent. Okay.
So we're gonna add the 3rd even.
All right. So tell us how, despite all the wobbliness, you managed to gracefully jump over the fence and land on the other side.
I've dealt with many precarious jumps in my time. I mean, after all, once you try and unplug a keyboard and it slides off the desk, you have to move it sharpish. So
Oh, yes.
especially when you're on top of it. Never good. So, thankfully, I've had a little practice. So, as it's wobbling back to its starting position, I managed to make my secondary jump, and fortunately, my center of gravity carries me up and into a rather graceful looking front flip onto all fours as I land on the other side of the fence. Hopefully, we are both as fortunate as that.
Indeed. I
Excellent.
pretty much came right behind you, so.
Yeah.
Yay, well done.
So Whizbang had the benefit of going second, and
Watched how Mittens did it and followed the lead.
exactly, and so Whizbang managed to,
Along with personal experience.
Of
of
course,
course,
of course.
managed to get the 2 jumps in effortlessly. I mean, a meta conversation here. This is how I deal with not wanting to have people roll for the same thing over and over again.
Makes sense.
So,
yeah.
We shall say that the party has succeeded
Yay.
Yeah.
in jumping over the fence. Alrighty. So you guys find yourselves on the other side of the fence. You're in somebody's backyard. Like I said, you've already noticed that these are 2-story suburban houses. What do you guys see? Or what would you expect to see, if that makes sense? What would you be on the lookout for?
I'll let you take the lead on this, Whizbang, given I took the lead on the jump.
Figuring that, it's probably a smallish yard. But it's got, it's one of these with it's got the porch up to the back door, and it's also got, the windows. You can kind of see the windows of the kitchen. If you look up high enough.
Right. From a cat's point of view.
Exactly.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. That sounds perfectly reasonable. So how do you guys want to approach this now? For what it's worth, you still hear the
and one of the windows has an AC in it. There's a window that you can see with an air conditioner in it.
First floor, second floor? What would that be?
First.
Are you a big fan of that design choice? Sorry.
I can live with it.
No, I just meant for the puns. Why not?
Oh, okay.
Ouch.
Oh, big fan. Oh.
Oh, God. You can tell it's 6 a.m. for me.
I missed it. Everyone, please, somebody donate 50 pounds to special effects, and that will stop Sightless Combat from making puns for 10 minutes.
Yes. Go. Yeah. That's fair on me. Yeah. Donate
How does that
to stop
sound?
me making puns. That's good.
If somebody donates more, that'll make him make more puns. So we'll start a bidding war here.
Why not? And if you want my custom donation links, you can find those on my Twitter.
All right. Excellent.
The
Now,
question is, how do we get in?
Exactly.
Has the human been silly enough to leave the back door unlocked with the old handle swinging trick? Not saying they always are, but
first is let's see if we can first kind of figure out where this cat in distress is.
Point. Couple of floors here, could be anywhere.
Right. So since you got a pretty good roll on that, while I assume you're approaching the back of the house, you're approaching the kitchen as you guys said, and the porch in the back. So you would hear the meow. Oh, you would hear that pretty close to you guys at this point.
So, got to be in at least the first couple of rooms maybe at this point, given how close it is. So, question is the easiest way to get in there and see what's going on without getting spotted, surely. I mean,
So this being a house with the cat, would you guys expect any particular cat-focused accommodations?
I get where you're
Oh,
going.
you mean like a cat door?
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you want a cat door?
I mean, look into the left, look into our right or the left-hand side of the, if you were looking out from it, of the kitchen wall that is, facing us. I've just seen, as it happens, a cat flap. Not easy to spot, presumably just because they don't want, they want to just keep it hidden. Understandable, don't want cats.
Well, they don't want all the rest of us coming in unannounced.
No, exactly. Well hidden, standard procedure. But do we have the skills to get in there? I wonder. That's the real question, because sometimes, if you're lucky, you can just push straight through and you'll get in. Other times, not so much, because they've got those chip locks on. Not entirely sure if you're chipped, but I must be by this point, given I've been owned by humans for longer than I can remember. But doesn't mean to say it's going to work. That's the real question.
So, who wants to try the miraculously appearing cat door?
I'm gonna prod at it, see if it moves, see if it gives.
Go on, give it a shot. You got this.
Alrighty. Prod at it. Would you say, as a cat, you would be pushing your face into it, like headbutting it? Would
Probably.
you be scratching it?
I mean, interesting question.
Don't suppose you'd be biting it.
Probably
No.
not. See, I'd have said maybe. See, I'd have said maybe possibly just pushing at it with your paw, but maybe that's just me.
That's what I
don't
was
know,
thinking, yeah.
just
All right,
sort of-
okay, then give me an even on your claws. Just
All right.
one. You're just trying to figure out what's what.
All right.
Drum roll, please.
Wonderful. 2 evens. Okay.
Yeah, well done.
So, tell us how you scratch the door or how you paw at it to figure out what's if it's gonna open.
That's actually what I'm doing. I'm actually more pawing at it than clawing at it because a scratch, can make a sound.
Yep.
But soft paw, reach out. Hey, it moves, and then go the rest of the way from there.
Nice job. Well done.
Slip on in.
Excellent. Yeah, it does in fact move.
Yay.
Yeah. So with your good roll there, it does move, and you guys can enter the
okay.
kitchen. So this is the cat door
Hmm.
into the kitchen. All right, who's going in first?
Perfect.
So given Whizbang's taken point, Mittens
Yeah.
is gonna follow along behind, just keeping an eye out for anything, either usual or unusual that might sort of alert us as to what's gone on as cats.
Excellent.
Yep.
As you guys enter, Whizbang comes face to face, pretty much, with a cat. The cat that was
In distress, rather than in
exactly. So you find a Maine Coon with black and white fur, and you can tell that this is an older cat by the white whiskers that cats get when they age. I am gesturing towards my imaginary whiskers.
Yeah.
And you find this cat, and his ears perk up as you come in, and he looks at you, and he says, "You came. Thank you. Who are you?"
So
I am Whizbang. This is my associate Mittens.
Hi, we heard you. Don't worry. Now, what's the problem? And actually, who are you?
Oh, of course. Well, thank you so much for coming. He says, and he, as I, for fun, am also gesturing. He licks his paw as he pauses. And he says,
50 more pounds to 50 more pounds to special effect to stop the game master from making puns.
Exactly. The reason I'm calling out special effect, by the way, is that given the time of day, viewers are either in Europe or other places where it's proper daytime, or they're in the US, but it's really early.
And it's like way early.
If you are in the US and it's way early, thank you so much for joining
listening to us on your morning commute or something.
And please do donate to Able Gamers in that case, or in either case. Now, after a thunderous voice from the skies says things you don't understand about the gaming charities, Moonrise continues. I am Moonrise, and I've been protecting the human who lives here for so many years. And I don't have much energy left to help him. And, well, he's in a time of need now. You see, he writes stories. The human I protect writes stories for other humans. And they go on these papers. You've seen papers, haven't you?
Yep, definitely.
Oh yes.
Well, he's lost them. He can't find them, and today is the very last day he has to give him to a different human who needs them. So it's so important that you can find them for me. Like I said, I'm nearing the. I think I'm at the last of my 9 lives to give. And, well, I need your help to save my human. Will you help me? Will you find the papers?
I mean, can't refuse to help a cat in need now, can we?
Nope, not at all.
Especially not with a heartfelt plea like that.
Exactly. Do you remember where the papers were last time you knew your human to have them?
Oh, well, yes. The last time I saw them, he had them in his hand, and he was leaving, and well, I've been, well, as all us cats do, I've been paying attention to his routine. Of course, that's important.
Naturally.
Yes, of course, yeah.
It seems to me that when he's done with them, before he gives them to the important human, he goes to meet a different human at another house here, and he shows it to that human. And, well, I'm not sure how this works for them, but it seems that he's interested maybe in how the other human thinks his papers smell. I'm not sure how this works, but maybe he left them there because I've never seen them since.
I mean, only reasonable conclusion at this point, I suppose, would be to go to the other house and have a look. I mean, only thing we can do, right?
Makes sense to me.
I mean, do you have any other information you can give us before we start? I mean, any places where they normally are left for this other human?
Well, I've never been there, but well, I can tell you that this other human left a sweater. You know, one of those replacements humans have for fur.
Ah, yeah. Right.
Oh, the big ones, yes.
Those big kind of baggy things that normally unravel if they're unlucky.
Yes, she left one on the couch, I think. So if you smell it, you should be able to find her scent and track down where she has been most recently. That's what I would do if I could, of course.
No, thank you. That information, that'll be really useful. We can start looking, I suppose. That's all we need. Unless you have any other ideas, Whizbang. You've done missions like this. Sure of it.
Makes sense to me. If we've got the scent, we can follow it.
I mean, we could always try and take it back with us, but that might be a tall order.
That would probably not work too well. The last thing we need is humans pissed because a sweater got damaged.
Point. You're right. Only trying to be reasonable, but you know.
But getting the scent of it,
That should be enough. I
that
agree.
should be enough.
Right. So, Moonrise, thank you so much. We'll help you where we can. Don't worry.
Thank much. He says as he headbutts you. Okay. So, what's your guys' next step?
Go
Actually,
check out the.
good. I was going to say, good question. Which couch? If there are multiple rooms. Hang on.
Oh,
Moonrise. Actually, one last thing. Given this house has multiple rooms, and you may have multiple couches, as humans do, they tend to sit, lie, and rest absolutely everywhere. Which couch is this sweater on? Do you know?
oh, of course, yes. You're right. Being that humans can't loaf, which is to say they can't tuck their limbs under their bodies for warmth. They do like their couches. Yes, it will be. It's in the living room. And he gestures with his head towards the living room, which is just just on the other side of a door at the end of the kitchen. So
Yeah, sounds. Yeah.
kitchen opens up straight into the living room.
Yep,
Doors open.
Sounds standard.
Excellent.
So, what do you reckon? Do you want to take point on this one? You go first.
Sure. I will.
Okay, roll me your face trait, and depending on how many evens you get, you'll get more or less information or ability to find the scent. Okay, you got one even. So you won't be able to track the scent at a distance. You'll only be able to confirm your. You'll be able to recognize the scent when you're close enough to smell it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
But we still have to get in. We still have to get in there, surely. So.
Yeah.
So, what's your guys' next step?
So, is the kitchen door is presumably, or the door to the living room is presumably open at this point?
Yes.
Yeah. No, I'm just checking. So I'll go in and see if I can find anything while I'm in there. Should be reasonably straightforward if I just keep low, just so I don't get seen by the human. If they're still awake, which they hopefully won't be at this point.
It shouldn't be yet, actually.
So, what do you need me to roll for this?
If you want to be super duper sneaky,
Yep.
roll me your tail skill
Oh,
for
okay.
magic,
This will be fun.
and let's look for 2 evens to be nearly invisible.
Okay. So it should be that. Gotta wait for
Wow,
that.
and you got 4 evens. That's crazy. All right. So
Wow.
that
Oh, hang on.
first.
Wait. I think I
Mhm.
broke. Did I break it? Wait. I think I may have rolled the wrong
No, you
thing.
rolled
Did I?
4d6.
Oh, did I? Oh, okay. It may.
I got you at 4 for tail.
Oh
That
yeah,
makes
no, I
sense.
did. I did. Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah.
I think
All
he
right.
must have just not showed up when I was looking.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the thing. Avribot, you
Does
need to
that.
give it a minute, right? Sometimes.
Wow. I must be one
So
lucky cat at the moment.
you earn a style point, and you go down a point
Didn't you
in
say? You
magic.
said. I'm just saying. You said 2 evens, didn't you? For near and
No, we were looking for
and
2 evens. You
yeah, you were
got
looking for 2,
4.
so then 2 extra style points.
So you got 2 extra, so that makes 1 style point. We're doing 2
Oh, okay.
evens for 1 style point.
Oh, okay. No, just checking.
All right, sure. Yeah,
Cool. So
because
near
TTRPGs is how we learn math.
exactly. So style equals 0.5
Yep,
or something.
pretty much.
So
All right.
thankfully, they won't be able to. Well, nothing will be able to see me near enough. So I creep very well. I sneak rather stealthily, keeping as close to objects and furniture as I can to minimize my visibility. Hopefully, and I see across the room. I see a coffee table. Well, I believe they call it a coffee table, and a rather large couch that is nearby, presumably so that when humans want to put their feet up, they can do that. I've seen that done before. Looks really odd to me, to be honest. But I could either make a leap onto the coffee table to get a better view, try and look around the sides, climb up the couch and try and get a viewpoint from up there to see if the sweater is easily visible.
Mhm. You know,
Might not necessarily be everything I can see there, but that's what I can
right.
see initially.
As you stealthily approach the couch, you're lucky enough that this human seems to have been slightly careless, and you find a bright red sweater, very casually draped over over a cushion on the
Convenient.
couch, with one arm just hanging out, nearly on the floor.
Right. So
Additionally,
sorry.
the room seems otherwise empty. No humans. Doesn't
Nothing
seem to be.
dangerous, basically.
Yeah, definitely.
So I reckon from here I could probably, so that we can get the full scent, I reckon I can probably grab the arm and gently try and pull it so that we can get given we won't be able to smell that scent from distance, and the majority of it will be sort of where the most material is, shall we say.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to pull it down would give us a better chance.
Also, if this is one that has any pockets in it, see if there's anything sticking around in one of those somebody can just grab.
Yeah.
So roll me your fangs.
Hang on. Yep,
Mittens.
I will roll.
And we're looking for an even to pull the sweater off the couch. Like I said, it's very casually draped over a cushion, so it's very easy.
And wait for it.
Yeah, that was a capital R.
Oh.
Yeah, Avery wants you to be very quiet.
R. That'd be a different cat.
Yeah,
A ship's cats, probably.
yeah, it needs to be a lowercase r.
I
as well.
redid it, but I didn't want to. Oh, it's because I edited it. Hang on.
No, yeah. It needs to be a different message. Yeah, it's got its
Time.
quirks, but
Yeah, it works
yeah.
well.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
5
And
evens.
Ree is being really helpful today.
Dear viewers, it seems that
I obtained 5 evens. Well, so that means
yeah,
2 extra style points.
that is correct.
If I've got my rules right.
Well, okay.
I said rules.
I mean, yeah. I was trying to think what I could give you extra on this, but not really. It's you pulled down the sweater. Let's say this: you pulled it down.
Nothing came. No sort of cushions went bump on the floor.
Nothing
That kind of stuff.
exactly. And it was such an elegant pull that it wafted its way to the floor.
Oh, yeah.
Thereby aerosolizing, I believe, is the term, all the different smells in it. So the scent will be much easier to detect now.
Yay, that's good. So now we have a scent to work with. Question is, where next?
Now we need to go. I would say we need to start tracking this scent.
Sounds logical to me.
So I think we've done what we can in this particular house.
So do we go out the way we came? I think that might be the safest bet.
Yeah, definitely.
Right. I'll take lead and we'll just hope that nothing else happens here. So we go. So breaking character for a second. We go out. We now have the scent to track. We go out through. We still maintain our low profile as well, just so we don't disrupt anything.
Sure.
Because once again we are not supposed to be here. And we
as you're leaving and you're walking by Moonrise.
We sneak past. We go past Moonrise, acknowledging him with a gesture of our head to say thank you. And Mittens is basically saying, "Oh, we found it. We got it. We're going to go and try and find these papers now. Hopefully, we can get it sorted as soon as possible, and everything will be fine. Hopefully."
Excellent. Alrighty. So you guys are in the backyard again.
And now we have a scent to track, which is good.
You have a scent. Like I said, it was all the scent was
It was right there,
all up in the air there. So you got a great whiff of it. You didn't even have to try it all.
Mittens has just realised a bit of a problem.
Oh.
Getting it's not so getting out of the house the way we came was fine. Sorry, getting out of that house the way we came was fine, but getting out of this yard might not be so easy. Making that jump onto that trash can on the other side might be complicated, unless. Hang on a second. Do I see a hole that I didn't spot before?
Good question. I was actually thinking the same thing.
So we've looked and we've spotted a small, just about cat-sized hole on part of the fence that we reckon we can get through.
Fantastic.
Might be a little tight, but it's probably doable.
Is this hole going out the back or to the side to the next yard? We have additional audio chatter.
Excuse my phone. I'm going to actually just mute myself for a second.
From voices on high. I would say looks like it's probably round the back rather than being to the side, because they've been patching up. These humans have been quite resourceful, and they've been patching up their fences as things have tried to get in through the sides a lot. And on that particular house, seemingly. So maybe
Mhm.
Moonrise has been out for a few too many adventures over the
So
years.
this would be towards the back, you
Towards
say?
the back, yeah, to
Okay.
leave the cats sort of out behind the houses, but with a couple of potential routes maybe to go
Mhm.
through.
Okay.
That works.
All right. Okay. You want to get through this? You're squeezing through a hole. Roll me your coat
One
and get me
second.
2 evens.
Oh, that's going to be a tough sell.
You do have style points.
Yeah, good point. Good points, I suppose. Sorry, yes.
Once again, dear viewers, for £50 donated to Special Effect or $50 donated to Able
Oh,
Gamers,
what do you know? 2 evens.
we will stop Sightless Combat from making puns.
There is a clause in my contract that allows me to make as many cat puns as I want. Apparently.
Okay, it's 2 evens. Excellent. You don't even need style points. I kid about people needing to pay to not be
No,
tormented by
but
puns. There is no
you know,
escaping the puns.
no. But should you wish to donate anyway, we would greatly appreciate that.
Exactly.
Because Special Effect and Able Gamers have both helped out so
Alrighty.
many. Yep, there we go. There is
Mhm.
the end of the spiel from A Voice on High, unseen by cats.
Exactly. Okay. You managed to squeeze yourself through the hole because, well, as we know, cats are water.
Cats are water. I've
Aren't
heard
they?
many things, but not that cats are water. That just doesn't make any sense.
Well, that's Bruce Lee, wasn't it? Okay. So you managed to squeeze through and get to behind the houses again. Whiz Bang, I assume, would follow suit.
Probably. Once he reappears from having squeezed through that hole.
Oh, right. Yes,
There you are.
Okay.
here I am.
Excellent. All right. And out here, you guys,
Around the
I
back of
suppose you
the
guys would like to track the smell. So since you got such a great whiff of it, where you're not going to need a lot of evens on a roll for face to find out where you need
Whiz
to
Bang, do you want to roll this one?
Sure.
go.
Roll that
Oops.
scent all over your face.
Totally.
Oh,
Whoop.
Oh, whiskers.
Mm.
yeah.
There we go. You got 2 evens.
Oh, that was
Wonderful.
interesting. Error in roll says the
Oh yeah,
was
that
it
was the first
cable
attempt, which
cable
was an
finder key
attempt to roll 36 dice with an unspecified number of faces.
Sorry, I had to flag that up. That was too funny.
Yeah. But we now have a successful roll with 2
Yay.
evens. Fantastic. Like I
Yay.
said, you got the scent pretty much all over yourselves. So you can tell that it's coming from 2 houses down from where you are.
Excellent.
Cool. So, what do you reckon's the best way to get over there? What do you think? Take a high route or keep going the way we are?
If we get up on a fence and just kind of go across it,
Would
basically
work.
walk the fence.
Ooh. Dangerous,
Ooh.
but could work. You're right.
That would be quite the challenge. Okay, if we assume that you guys
I thought flat roofs myself, but that's just me.
Or across the roof. Yeah, across the roofs as well. Might work.
if we
It's
assume you
there.
guys jump on the trash can again,
Okay. Yeah. Oh, and then we can get up to Yeah,
but since you guys want to walk on the fence, that sounds like 3 evens to me on your legs.
Okay, hold on. I have to keep scrolling to find my value.
Mm.
I'll go for this one. Should be wait for Avery to.
Avery is
Ooh,
finally not on your side. You
2
got 2
evens,
evens.
but we have a style point we can use to turn into an even. Is that? I can't remember.
Huzzah! That is correct.
Yay!
There you go.
That's why you save your style points, people.
Yep.
Awesome. I will dock you 1 style point.
I still have 2 left or 1. I forget.
You have
2.
1 more left.
Okay.
And tell us how you jump on the fence, and yeah, let's have you guys walk over there.
So, given I know the trash can's going to go slightly wobbly, I try a new strategy this time. Take a running jump onto the trash can, lean back, much like a certain character from a very, very impressive set of science fiction movies my humans watched once, where they start dodging bullets somehow. Not entirely sure how that works. Lean back, reach up, grab the fence, and pull myself onto the top of it. And thankfully, the trash can doesn't fall over either. We were fortunate with that. And gradually walk our way over, being careful not to, miss any steps, because fences are difficult to walk on, as you probably aren't aware, not being cats. Not easy to do, but eventually, after
We just make it look easy.
Exactly. That's what we're born to do. Make things look easy. And we eventually traverse our way with a couple of interesting small hops between fences, or between missing panels, towards the second house, i.e., our destination.
Awesome. So you guys get to the house you're going to. You can tell you're in the right place because it totally smells like the sweater. So what do you guys see in the backyard?
So I see what appears to be a deck chair of some description, presumably where a human could sit and read these, do whatever they need to do with these papers, because humans like to sit everywhere, and regardless of the weather, seemingly. And so there is a chair there. There is maybe a table as well, just in case, because humans put tables everywhere too, in their living rooms, in their kitchens, outside,
and they do it outside
for no reason at all. And there appears to be as well maybe a water butt as well, that's been collecting some water, which could be potentially useful for either getting to places or had to be avoided for various reasons, as cats may be like water, but they do not like water, as I can definitely attest.
Sorry, what did you say was
It's a water
was
butt.
collecting
It's
water?
like a water butt. It's a water barrel, basically.
Oh, like
Okay.
the rain barrel type
Yep.
thing?
Yeah,
Gotcha.
basically. British terminology, always fun.
Yep. I can't understand how you keep lifting people into different floors of buildings.
The same way we elevate them.
Oh.
Okay. So, okay. So that's interesting, because you guys see this this barrel. Why not? And beside it, you see a bowl on the grass, also filled with water.
Right.
And roll me your face to look closely
I'll roll
at,
it. Sure.
what you see behind the barrel.
I'll do it.
Oh, good idea. Yeah.
Let's have a look. I think I've got the right thing. Oh,
Mm,
2 evens.
2 evens. Excellent. Behind this barrel where you have that water bowl, you see what you recognize to be a doghouse.
Oh, this is bad. Right.
And you got a really good look at it. So you realize it's a large doghouse.
Correction,
Ah.
whiz bang. This is really bad.
It can be worked with.
Agreed. We just got to be careful, as we always are.
I have plenty of experience with dogs. Actually, I live with one.
Go on then. Show us what you got.
So, yeah. Is the dog actually in the doghouse?
Roll me a d6. Even it is, odd it isn't.
Praying for odds here for the first time.
Odd. The dog is not in the doghouse.
Yes.
As you descend into the yard, I assume.
Oh, actually, oh,
Hmm.
bit of a problem there. If it's not in the doghouse, then where is it? That worries me.
I see. I'm getting it's too quiet vibes.
Pretty
Is that-
much. Yeah, pretty much. Mittens is concerned, to say the least. Understandably so.
Mm-hmm.
So the question
Okay,
is,
so what's your next step?
so there won't be a cat flap, but there might possibly, if we're lucky, be a doggy door, maybe.
Mm.
I'm just thinking logically.
Possibly.
But would that work for us cats?
Oh, yeah. It serves the same basic purpose. Functions basically
yeah.
the same way.
Yeah,
Agreed.
I would guess it might be bigger and heavier,
Yeah.
right?
That would be
That's
the
the
big difference.
So
You'd
it
have
would-
to
yeah.
push it a little harder. You can't just slide in.
Okay. So I've had a
Mhm.
I've had a look. I was going to say I've had a look, and I can see there is indeed a doggy door. But good thing about it is normally these things don't have anything you can hold on to in any way. But thankfully, with some unusual design flaw, there appears to be a piece of plastic, let's say, sticking out of it at just the right height for me to try and grab hold of it with my teeth and see if we can push from this side. Do you see what I'm
Hmm.
thinking? Sort of like as
Yeah,
in you
Yep.
sort of go up, you'd
it
bite
might
and
work.
then push.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So let me
Okay.
roll. If
Give
you're
me
good with that.
give me 2 evens with your fangs.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see what Avery gives us.
Avery gave you 1 even. Oh
But
no.
we
Mhm.
can. Were you looking for 2? Yeah.
Yep.
But we can use our style point we saved from earlier.
Huzzah!
Yay! Once again, why you
Perfect.
save style points.
Yes.
Wonderful. All right. So tell us how that goes.
So,
You get through the doggy door,
so
right?
looking at this, it looks like it's heavy. Well, heavy duty. I mean, with a dog like that size, it probably would be. But thankfully, as I said, piece of plastic sticking out from it, standard. Butt your head against it, bite down on the piece of plastic, and push. But thankfully, as I push through, I managed to catch the weight of it on me, so I can sort of roughly crawl through. And it's a bit of a struggle, but it does work, and we managed to make it through to the other side, all while
Mhm.
trying to just listen out for, well, canine noises, let's just say. So we're just trying to make sure that we don't get face to face with the big one.
Okay, so
Would
let's
not
say,
be ideal.
would it be fair to say you guys would be making a concerted effort to be very stealthy?
I think that would be,
Probably.
probably, yeah.
Okay, so one of
I
you.
probably do have the scent of another dog about me.
Oh, maybe.
Ooh, that's rough.
I live with, as I said, I live with a dog. So,
You've just made things harder for yourself. Thank you.
oh
But
no!
But in which case,
Be-
I was going to say, in which
because
case, I will
so
roll
a
it.
dog would would obviously detect you guys as cats coming in, but since you even smell like another dog, ooh,
Ooh,
that's gonna be something.
Yep.
So Whizbang, get me 3 evens with your tail trait
Ooh.
to magically stealth in, um, and conceal your scent and
Is that going to be with a
your dog
magic
scent.
point?
That will deduct a magic point. Roll me your tail trait, which I have at 5.
Yep.
Ooh, this could be.
Ooh, excellent. Excellent. We were looking for 3 evens. You got 3 evens.
Yay!
Phenomenal. Okay.
And
Well
it's not
done.
much I feel it, but that particular dog is kind of a respected member of the dog community.
Yeah.
Respected
I see.
member of the Twilight Bark, you know.
So you're saying if the other dog sensed your dog roommate's smell,
Yes.
Yeah, it would try
they
and.
would
The,
be
the dog of the human who gives the best butt scritches in all of the neighborhood.
excellent.
Yeah, well
Okay.
done.
So tell us how you guys how Mittens after Mittens holds the door open, how you guys stealth in then.
Go on, you take it. Go on.
So we're just gonna slip in, you know, kind of keeping a low profile, soft paw.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to make sure the door doesn't like bang too loudly behind us
And
as well.
I'm gonna kind of hold the door and actually carefully, like, very carefully let the weight go because I've kind of taken it over from Mittens as I'm coming through, and I'm just gonna very slowly move away so that the door doesn't really have a chance to swing. There's not a lot of momentum to make it make noise.
Yep. Good. Seems you've been learning from the stealth squad, Whizbang. Well done.
Excellent. All right. As you guys enter through the doggy door, you stealthily arrive at the kitchen, and you find um, uh, sleeping quite peacefully and completely oblivious to your presence, a large Doberman.
Mm.
And we will now take a break
Oh.
for us humans to maintain our bodies, or right,
Good.
grab a snack, hydrate, whatever you need.
Yep. Cool.
And we will reconvene in 10 minutes. Does that
Yep.
sound fair?
Sounds fine.
Sounds good to me.
Should I just turn camera off, and will that ruin anything? Will that
No, you can leave. All right, so
Yay. Part 2 is starting. Meow.
Mm,
once again, dear viewers, please donate to Special Effect or Able Gamers to either make Sightless Combat make more puns or fewer puns. If you do donate, give us a message of what direction you wanted that to go in.
Exactly. The punometer. There we go.
All right, so you guys were looking for some papers.
correct.
Yeah.
You found that they were in a certain house. You got to the backyard. You found a doghouse.
Yeah.
You got into the kitchen very stealthily, through a through a doggy door. And as you got into the kitchen,
We
you
found the dog.
Exactly. You found a sleeping Doberman. What do you do now?
Well, we don't want to wake him, that's for certain. Strategies? What do you reckon?
Let's
Given you're the dogologist over here.
well, let's kind of continue to stealth and see if we can see any sign of the papers where they might be.
Yeah, I think that's not a bad idea. We just got to try and creep past the. Be careful not to wake the the large sleeping enemy dog in the room. Oof.
I wouldn't jump to enemy status with him. It might be useful.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He may be. Yeah. Actually, given the scent, given the scent thing you managed to pull earlier, then yes. I feel like that could be a thing that happens. Could be lucky. So yeah. So we're going to try and creep. We're going to try and stealthily sneak past the Doberman to get a better view of the kitchen. Just to see if we can find see if we can see any signs of the papers. Maybe where they might have been left.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
that kind of
Excellent.
thing.
Okay. So that's gonna be hard. You're right here in front of the dog. Let's call this 4 evens with your tail.
Oh, shall I roll it, or do you want to? Oh,
sorry. Can we take a tiny break, please? So sorry, everyone.
that's all right.
Works for me.
Yeah. No,
Hey
this
everyone,
is.
sorry.
Oh.
Very
Are
late.
we,
I got my dates mixed up.
Are we live? Okay. Hi, everyone. Again. As we returned to this lovely 2-story suburban home with a dog sleeping in the kitchen, another cat from the neighborhood has shown up and is now looking into the kitchen from a window. So please do introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Josh. My pronouns are he, him. My Twitter handle is @nerdypeopleD&D. Because they wouldn't let me have an ampersand. I am playing Pyotr, a Russian blue cat, and So far in my role-playing thing, this is the only character I have who cannot wear a black leather cowboy hat and black leather long coat. So
Oh no! And you also don't have black fur either to make up for that.
No.
that
Alrighty.
actually would have been a good idea. I could have got done it.
Ah. Okay. Alrighty. So Whiz Bang and
The other Russian blue.
exactly.
And,
Whiz Bang played by Tarren and Mittens played by Sightless Combat.
Hi.
You guys were going to try and sneak past the dog.
Via a
Does
tail roll?
this cat suddenly showing up looking over the window, does this change your approach in any way?
I don't think we actually noticed this new cat just yet. Anyway, we're so focused on trying to sneak past the dog. Would you say that's a fair idea?
Yep.
I
I
feel like-
suppose if you're
I like to think he's essentially just been standing there looking over your shoulders, and then just suddenly says, "Dies, good plan." Solid,
Excellent.
comrades.
all right. So one of you guys roll me your tail. We're
I'll
looking
roll-
for
I'll-
4 evens.
I'll roll it, shall I? I'll do it.
To magically sneak past
Let me get my little.
the dog.
Hang on. This is not going to go well. How many were we looking for?
4 evens.
Oh God, this is going to be impossible.
Let me check my notes. You seem to be out of style points.
Yeah, I am.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I said it was going to be impossible.
Oh,
Unless-
and you rolled? You got 2 evens. Ah, okay.
I knew that wasn't going to end well.
Yeah. So here's the deal. When we have a bad roll in cat, when we fail,
Yeah, you minus a point, I think.
exactly, we take a scar. So we're gonna dock a point in one of your traits, and I will
Okay.
let you tell me how it is that you failed to sneak past the dog and where you're taking the scar. So, if you tripped or something, you'd get hurt somewhere, right?
Okay. Yeah. I get you. So,
So how does that happen?
so as much as we've been very lucky so far, Whizbang and I, we tried to sneak through, and regardless of whether he got through or not, I didn't see the squeaky toy. Of course, there's always the squeaky toy, and unfortunately, I stepped on the squeaky toy, but that wasn't.
Look out for that
That
squeaky toy.
but that wasn't what hurt me, unfortunately. So I step on the squeaky toy. Dog decides to wake up and try and grab me. Thankfully, I'd got
Ooh.
most of the way past him, and
Okay.
he just caught my tail. So I'm going to take a point off tail for that.
Okay. Let me. I like that.
Makes
But
enough
let
sense.
me. It does, but let me stop you in 2
Okay.
things. One, tail is sort of metaphorical, if that makes sense. So it's like even cats with cats with the very stumpy tail, even those can have a very strong magic tail, right?
Okay.
So that's what that trait means. So if you got bitten on your tail, that would go into I would say coat.
Okay.
But I wouldn't. Well, you got 3 on that. So also, let me decide, if you will,
Yeah.
what the dog's gonna do.
Okay. No, that's fine. That's fine.
So would it make sense for you to get startled by the squeaky toy and trip and sort of, let's say, sprain your cat ankle and take a scar on your legs?
Yeah, we can go for that. That's fine. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So
Because
we're gonna
squeaky
dock
toys
you
are
in
very
for legs.
slidey.
Yep. We're gonna dock you a point on your legs, and You've awoken the dog now. With the squeaking and the tripping and what have you. And the dog wakes up and he jumps straight up and goes, What's going on? Who are you?
Sorry for disturbing you. But,
Yes.
yeah, very,
I am
very sorry for that.
my deepest apologies, but I am. You might know of me as Bob's housemate. We are trying to assist a human who has lost some very important papers that unfortunately he kind of needs to turn in today.
What my esteemed colleague and associate means is not so much kind of needs to turn in, as in it is basically a very
Imperative.
very high grade emergency sort of a situation.
Can I ask? Do cats speak a different language to dogs?
They can
Ooh.
communicate.
Yes.
Very good. I am going to communicate to my compatriots. Is maybe not a good idea to be telling dog his homework, because from what I hear, they eat that.
You're right. But it's not homework, is it? That's the thing. We don't know what this is. Stories or something? That's what Moonrose said.
Yes. Yes.
Alrighty. So since you're since you're claiming your relationship to a dog that this dog would know, he's going to he's gonna sniff around to see if he recognizes the scent. So let's do this. I'm gonna roll the dog's nose, and you roll your coat. And if you get a higher number of evens on your coat, you get he manages to recognize the scent. How does that sound?
Sounds good to me.
Alrighty, he got 2 evens. And you got 2 evens.
Ooh.
Tiebreaker. I feel like the dog had initiative. So that could be Bob.
It is Bob.
You wouldn't be trying to pull a fast one on me, would you?
No, I would not.
So he's not entirely convinced.
No.
But he's also not convinced to the contrary, right? So he's not gonna attack you right now. Right?
Good.
But yeah, he's not necessarily going to be entirely on your side at this point.
How do we convince him? That's the question.
Hey, did you guys hear that?
Hear which?
Hear what? But yeah.
There was. Oh, maybe it was nothing. Sometimes I feel like I hear or I smell something, but then it's not there.
I know that feeling. It's not great, but it happens. What did you think it was?
Oh, I really don't know, but it didn't feel right. Now, as cats, since you guys are fighting demons that humans can't see, maybe you'd think that dogs can't see them either.
Yeah, could be. Yeah, makes enough sense.
All right.
We might be able to help you, possibly. We may just have an idea of what you're dealing with. We've seen it with humans before, and who's to say that you're not in the same position? I mean, You know the stories of the contest, right? You're aware of it?
Oh yeah, you guys won, but you cheated.
Whether we did
We're
or not.
cats. It is kind of what we do.
Yeah, that's what I said. Cats are terrible. You
Look,
guys
we're
are
not arguing who is terrible and who is not terrible.
That is.
well. You came into my house, and I don't know what you want. And
Can
Okay. Calm down.
Can I kick his toy away?
No.
And like, hey, look, your toy's over there now. You should totally go get it.
Excellent. Okay. Let's
Or
say.
worst case scenario, pick it up
Mhm.
with my mouth and like jump up on a counter or something and say, "Hey, look what I've got, buddy."
Let's say you've managed to get inside while everybody was so distracted. Okay, give me. Oh, it's just a dog toy. Just give me an even with your fangs. That's perfectly reasonable.
Jolly good. So that's exclamation mark roll 4d6, correct?
Or you can
That
just
is
do-
correct.
oh.
With a space. Mind that.
Jolly good.
Mind the gap between the roll
Ooh,
and the platform.
2 evens.
Nicely done.
Excellent. Oh, you got 3, but you needed 2. Okay.
Oh, okay,
wait,
cool. Lovely.
No, but did I? I said you needed 1, didn't I?
Yeah, you said one.
All right.
Cool, I succeeded 3 times.
No, you get a style point. For 2 extra evens, you get a style point, which you can use as an automatic even when you choose. You can save it.
It's two for
Alrighty.
one. 2 for 1. then.
So you grab the toy, and tell us again what you do with it.
Essentially leap up on the counter. And
Well,
essentially
then I'll have you roll for that too. Then.
okay, that's fair. Is that a
That'd be a legs thing, sure.
Legs, I believe.
That is correct. That will be legs. Let's call it 2 evens, probably. You don't know how messy the counter in this kitchen is.
okay? I am using the thing I'm not good at,
As is always the way.
And you got 1
and
even.
I'm going to use that style point.
Good call.
Huzzah!
I'd have done the exact same thing if I were in your
Yep.
situation.
Alrighty. Then with 2 evens, you climb. You leap onto the counter. The counter is filled with dirty dishes. So how do you do that?
Stylishly, I'm a cat.
Okay, describe it to us.
Jolly good. I take the squeeze toy in my mouth and leap up onto the counter and just kind of like pirouette around, finding that one lone space between the detritus of dirty dishes,
Mm-hmm.
and then I just very slowly, looking the dog right in the eyes, slowly squeeze the squeak from the toy.
Oh, you're a very brutal cat.
Oh, wonderful. Okay. All right. So he's now focused on you. Now what?
I am going to hurl the toy as far into the other room as possible.
Would that be the living room then? That would be the next room.
The room that is not the room we would like to go to next.
Well, that's a shame because I've established the layout, or we've established the layout of this of these suburban homes, and the kitchen connects to the living
Actually,
room.
I might just kind of like stand here and just squeeze it a couple of times just so I can distract him a little bit,
Okay.
and my colleagues can get past, and then I'll figure something out on my own.
Ooh,
Okay.
okay.
All right. Okay.
So we're gonna try and stealthily, while our new Russian friend is distracting the dog, we can attempt
Comrades.
See what
Thank
we
you
can
very much.
Find.
We can try and sneak past and see what's going on in the other room.
Это не
Hopefully-
problem, мои други.
What?
My wife is in the next room. She can probably hear my grammar and is probably rolling her eyes like, he's been doing this for years. He still can't do it.
Oh, excellent.
God.
Oh, wow. I I wonder how our closed captioning is dealing with Russian. So please do a translate for
I'll
us.
hold off.
No,
It just means
It's
no
fine,
problem, my friends.
Ah,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But do also translate. Also, because we don't all speak Russian, of course.
Yeah.
Neither. Many would say neither do I.
Okay. All right. You guys arrived to the living room. Are you guys still being quiet? Are you looking around? Because I noticed you guys didn't make a point of looking around.
it wasn't so much we didn't make a point. We were trying to just escape the rather
Right.
ominous
So
situation.
you're
we were
very
in.
focused on the dog, and you didn't look around too much.
Pretty much. Or we.
I
we
had
were,
been about to
Yeah, we were going to try to, but of course we
discuss
woke the
things
dog
with the
up.
dog, and
right.
Everything went sideways.
Well, let me go ahead and roll for an NPC real quick,
Ooh.
if you'll allow me.
sure.
We don't have much of a choice. You are the game master.
That is correct. I'm a polite game master, but
too.
ultimately that is true. You don't. Yeah, 2 evens. Yeah. So when you come into the living room, you guys were distracted, of course, with a perilous situation with the dog who wasn't quite on board with you guys. And well, you hear some noise. You hear some fluttering. You hear some clanking, and as you look into the living room, as you survey your surroundings, you notice that on the coffee table, a winged liquor bottle has just taken flight.
Now that's not normal. Mittens is
And you
cottoned
would
on.
as courageous, decently experienced demon boggin hunting cats recognize this as a demon who was who is
Present,
tormenting
active. Yeah.
a
The
human here.
resident. Yeah.
Exactly. So this is a liquor bottle. It has these leathery wings. It has green beady eyes. And it's coming for you with its claws.
This must be what this guy thought he saw.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Not ideal.
There
I
you
think
go.
they can.
What do we?
So,
yeah.
SK, would it be fair to say you were first in line going into the living room?
Yes, probably. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So the boggin is now going to attack you with its claws.
Okay.
So I'm going to roll for its claws, and you roll for your claws.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
To see who gets more evens.
Should be this.
Excellent.
Oh, wait, 2 evens. Okay.
Nice.
Oh, wait, 3 evens.
Excellent.
3 evens. I miscounted.
Correct.
Yeah.
We're not saving style points here.
I don't have any style points, do I?
No. I'm saying we're not going to add a style point because you're trying to beat an enemy, not
Okay. Yeah.
not a
no,
regular
yeah.
not a regular
that's-
check.
Yeah.
Right.
I'd say that's
Okay.
fair.
All right. So tell us how. So it's coming for you. It's flying at you. It swipes at you with its claws. Tell us how you dodged it and hit it back.
So, relatively standard procedure for these flying ones. They're not easy to evade, but if you see the attack coming, as I did, you dodge slightly backwards into one side, put one paw up to block the swipe, and then the other paw comes through and hopefully does some damage. Not entirely sure how much, not entirely sure how much it takes to bring this one down, but at the very least, we're trying to make sure that we have an advantage over it in this battle that is just started.
Excellent. So you managed to get a swing in with your claws at the
So
the demon.
basically dodge back, one up,
Mhm.
one in, comes over and connects. Hopefully.
Excellent. Alrighty.
I was just
Whiz
gesturing
bang,
with
you
my
would
hands
be
for the purposes of stream.
right. Whiz bang, you would be right behind Mittens. So what's your move?
I am going to actually shoot. First, I'm going to make sure I'm not muted. Good.
You're not. You're good.
I'm going to go ahead and just sort of also leap up, and I'm actually going to go to try and damage the wing, because for this thing, the wings are its legs.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And if I can impair its mobility,
Should be easy to bring it in, surely.
I'm just going to come in and kind of aim for a wing and hopefully take a swipe down through it.
Okay. Alrighty. In that case, let's
And at
call
least
that
damage
you're
it,
doing
not
your
pull it down.
Yeah.
you're doing your claws, and let's say it'll do its wings then. Sure. So I'm gonna roll for the demon. Ooh, that was 4 evens.
Ooh.
Oof.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Let me just double check
Mm-hmm. I can get your sheet too.
my.
I've got you at 4 under claws.
Okay. That's what I thought.
Mm-hmm. Oof, only 1 even. Oh no.
Ooh.
So
Wow.
you try and swipe at it. It turns sideways in the air, and it slaps you right back with one of its wings.
Oof.
And it hits you. Where would it hit you? Coat, face. Let's say it hits you on your side, so you take a
It'll be a
scar
coat.
on
Yeah.
your coat. Alrighty. At this time, I'm sure Piotr would have heard something, and could approach, but would not yet be in range to in melee range, really, to attack the demon. Does that sound fair? Would you be trying to?
Yes, that sounds pretty gosh darn fair. I imagine I've given the toy back to the dog and patted him and said, "Good dog, you take care of toy."
Yep.
Right. The dog goes. Well, at least I have my toy back.
Yes, you are a good dog.
And he looks into the living room, and you can see his eyes
No.
almost
He's not
glaze
problem.
over
He's
in
not problem.
confusion because he has no idea why these cats are jumping around. Right.
Yeah, because of course he can't see the demon that has come to
Yeah.
life.
So, all right.
Some dogs can, but I get apparently not all.
The demon. Well, he thought he heard something, right? And he thought he
Yeah.
smelled something.
I think they can kind of see them, just not as clearly as us.
Yeah, probably.
So so the demon will now go after a whiz bang again. By flying in whiz bang's direction and trying to bite him. So I'm gonna roll fangs. And what would you say would be you can roll fangs, but what would you say would be an appropriate defense?
I'm thinking, okay, if it's going to bite me, I'm thinking I'd be swiping to block that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So claws would make sense because I'm like, it's coming at my face, I'm swiping across it,
Right.
to block, and in the same motion, hopefully doing some damage.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me your claws. Oh no. You only got one even. Oof.
Avery does
Wow.
not like me today.
I was going to
No,
say,
no.
I was going to say, I wonder if while it's attacking, while it's attacking Whizbang, whether Mittens could come in and try and do damage while it's sort of so focused on one target, maybe. Or am I maybe making that too complicated?
Well, I think it got this hit in.
No, I just thought given it was distracted, the wings might be easier
Mhm.
targets.
Okay. Okay. So, Whizbang, you tried to swipe at it with your claws, but it it dodged that. You dodged one claw, and then you were going with the other. Ended up biting your paw.
Yeah,
Right. So you're
which
taking
would make sense. That would be where the scar would be.
right. You take a point off your claws. Alrighty. And so the idea here was that Mittens would then immediately go for its wings again, huh?
Yeah, kind of to try and at least bring it down to our level. Because
Okay.
otherwise, of course, it's got far too much maneuverability.
All right.
Even with three of us.
Are you trying to claw at it or bite at it?
We're gonna try. We're gonna try and bite at it because it's close to. It's at cat level, if you will.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I feel like sort of run in and try and bite at its wings while it's distracted, essentially.
Alrighty.
So if I
I'll
roll,
roll its wings. And I got 3 evens. Ooh.
ooh, this will be tough.
Oh, you only got 2 evens.
Wow, no stuff. I should have saved that style point earlier, shouldn't I? Really?
It dodges you, and it slaps you.
It likes my
Right.
attack, doesn't it?
Yeah, it slaps you basically right in your mouth, almost chipping a tooth. So
So fangs would take a point. Yeah,
so let's take a point
makes
down
sense.
for you on your fangs. Yeah.
And at this point, I'd have thought Piotr would have been in range now, maybe. Don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like Mittens is like, "Hey, new guy, just can you give us a hand? You can see we're struggling here."
Got a question for Dungeon and/or Game Master.
Yes, game, not dungeons, but yes.
Okay, jolly good, cool. Alrighty. This is a bottle of alcohol I'm attacking, correct?
That is correct.
Cool. And we've established I have a Russian background.
Oh, I think
This is a
yeah.
bottle of vodka. Yes.
Okay.
Do
I
Will I
wasn't
have
gonna-
this game's equivalent of advantage on this because Piotr's aware of.
That makes a lot of sense. Yes.
Thank you. See, Whizbang, dude, you got to ask these questions. I am not so much of a fighting kind of cat. That's not really my forte.
Okay.
I am, however, quite a tricksy cat.
Okay.
So would it be possible for me to maybe use my tail to confuse the demon so it's easier for my colleagues to duff it up?
Okay. Let's do that. Give me and you have advantage in everything. Ooh. Yeah, okay. Give me
Okay.
2
would I roll?
evens with your tail
Okay.
to play a trick on it.
Okay, I got 3
to
evens.
oh, excellent. and this will distract it, and it will give the next cat fighting it a style point. How does that sound?
Ooh.
That sounds pretty gosh darn fair. I was going to
All
take a
right.
style point for myself, but
yeah,
no, because I got. Was
Mhm.
is it a
Yeah,
case
yeah.
of I got? Okay, cool. Sorry, just making sure I understand. So, what this looks like is.
Oh yeah, no, wait. You got no. Yeah, that would have been 2 extra evens would have given you a style point.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
two for
2
one.
extra would have. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
I only
yeah.
got the
We're
1.
doing
Okay, cool.
2 extra evens for a style point.
Oh, jolly good. I'll
Yeah.
take that then. Okay, so essentially what Piotr does is he uses his cat magic to appear as if there's essentially 2 of him in front of the bottle.
Ooh.
How do you like seeing double?
Yes.
Woo!
Why
Awesome.
not? Let's go.
So the demon is very confused, and it'll be at a big disadvantage on its next strike.
Yes, but on the other hand, Demon got to see me twice. So we got to see how twice as much good looking I am.
Excellent.
So
Alrighty.
then-
The demon is it got a little turned around. It is going to try and bite who was closest to it. Was it Whizbang that was closest to it? I believe so.
I think it was about. Well, I don't know. I was going to say I think it was about even because it hit
Yeah?
me, hit Mittens,
Yeah.
and
Whizbang.
then
Okay. It would let's say it's going to try and bite Mittens then. So I'm gonna
Okay.
roll for its fangs. Ooh, that's 3 evens. That's okay. How do you counter this? And
gonna go
thanks to
for-
Piotr, you have a style point you'll be able to add.
it doesn't matter either way. If we're slightly metaing this, it doesn't matter either way stats wise.
Oh, because you're even between claws and
Yeah,
fangs.
I'm even between those, so it doesn't really.
All right.
matter
Well,
which one
roll
you
me 4d6, and then
Yep.
we'll see what happens, and you'll
There
you
you
will
go.
flavor
Oh,
it.
buddy!
Oh, excellent.
Hey, I will take
Okay.
that.
Style points for mate.
So with a style point, you have succeeded this counter.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Was it claws or was it fangs?
So it was coming into so demon comes in to try and grab me, well, try and bite at me essentially, and I managed to grab the claw, put my claws either side of its, well, what constitutes for a face with these things, and essentially get a good hit by hitting it into the nearest piece of furniture. Not an ideal strategy, but it has been known to work at times. So
Cool.
sort of a slam, really, just kind of straight in. To sort of further just keep it disoriented as well as do damage. Was kind
Okay.
of my thinking.
Awesome. Okay. So it's gonna take a hit.
Yay!
Let's say if it's being thrown around, its wings are probably gonna be hurt.
Yep.
If it would, fall sideways or something against
Maybe.
something. And I like your flavor, the flavor you added there, throwing it at furniture. So I
Or
think
kind
it
of
would
not at it, kind of into it, sort of.
right. Okay.
Yeah. Sort of
I
like
think
down
it
into
would be
yeah.
fair to say that it would be, stunned right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's fair.
So it'll probably be at a disadvantage for our next attack. So, Whizbang, would you be giving it the next hit?
I would be, in fact.
I could just see Mittens being like, "Whiz bang now!"
Yeah.
I've played too many video games.
So it's being a alcohol bottle. Oh wait, that's wine. I was thinking a cork, but
Of course, it's gonna be
vodka
all
would
kinds.
probably not have a cork.
Oh, yeah,
Is
that would be
depending how good quality it is.
I was thinking the exact same thing.
right. Yeah, your typical volatile would be a screw-on cap, but it could be a cork. Yeah. So were you going to go for the cork? Is that it? Trying to bite it out?
Yep.
Ooh, that's like going for the jugular or something. Brutal.
Pretty much.
All right. Is that your fangs?
That it is.
That is a
Alrighty.
fantastic idea.
Ah! Roll me your fangs. You'll get advantage.
How does that work out?
Say you'll get a style point if you need it. Let's say it'll roll its face because you're sort of going for the face, right?
Yep, I got 2
That
evens
makes sense.
without a style point.
Push up. Oh, and it didn't get a single even. Alrighty.
Ooh, wow.
Okay. Between that crazy hit and its hit points, you have vanquished the demon. Tell us how that goes.
So, yeah. Basically, just came in. Of course, without the cork, and it's flying around, so it's got its innards, just roiling
Oof.
from all this, all the flying around and being beaten into furniture. The cork comes off, and basically all of it just foams out, and for lack of a better analogy, sort of bleeds out all over everything.
Oof.
And all that's left is basically a dead bottle with nothing in it, and
Whoa.
the alcohol that gave it its demonicness is voided from it, and it's gone. It's just
Got
an
it.
old bottle.
Got it. I like the flavor.
Nice.
Okay, the room is now pretty filled with the stench
Alcohol
of spilled liquor. So the dog sort of runs inside and goes,
What happened? What was all that? Why does it smell like?
Because that bottle there,
and he looks
you
at the
said
bottle.
you heard and saw something and thought you saw and or heard something. That bottle right there was possessed.
Yeah. No easy way to say it. That was a boggin. That. Yeah.
So that's what. Oh.
So you were not hearing and seeing things technically that weren't there. They do
No.
exist. So you were completely right.
Oh. Well, I noticed it before, but I didn't understand what was going. I hope this helps I hope this helps my human though.
Oh, it will.
I'm sorry,
Definitely
it's going to
will.
be a bit of a mess to clean up for her to clean up, for your human to clean up. But
well, thank you, thank you. Oh, thank you so much. So how can I help you in return? What do you need?
we are, as I mentioned earlier, we are searching for some papers that we believe your human had been lent.
They are very vital papers that we need to
yes,
retrieve.
They are
And we
critical.
And we wonder if you might know where they happen to be, possibly.
Oh, I think I know what you mean. Oh, my human brought them in yesterday, and they seemed really, really important, so I saved them for her.
Okay. Where?
Well, I buried them in the yard, of course. That's where you save important things.
And he runs off into the yard.
I follow him.
Yep. And Mittens ends up just trailing behind, being like, "Okay, this will be a tough job, but surely it can't be that bad." Is Mittens' thought on that?
So you guys,
He starts as he turns to look back at you.
We're following him.
you guys promise that you'll take care of these, right? If you know they're so important. I mean, that's why I kept them safe.
Yeah. I mean,
Yes, definitely.
we need to return them to their rightful owner, but other than that, we will still definitely look after them.
Alrighty. He's gonna use his paws to dig. I'm gonna roll for that. We're gonna see what happens. You'll get them. You'll get as good or as bad of a result
Oh no.
as the number of evens because you're trusting the dog to do a good job.
Well, it's not like we can help realistically.
Yeah, I mean that's manual labor. We don't do that.
Okay. That's Oh. I am being informed that the donors for $50. So was this? Did we reach that? Did we get?
I don't know. I have no
$50.
idea.
No. I'm asking our wonderful behind the scenes team. Maybe here in the game chat so everybody can see. Let's see. But in the meantime, with 2 evens, the dog was successful in retrieving the papers. They are unfortunately quite dirty. $50 from the Gyra guy for more puns. That is wonderful. Thank you, the Gyra guy.
Sorry, is that so we make more puns or
Yes.
have?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
oh, all right then.
Yes,
We will be ferociously coming up with lots of puns because why not?
exactly.
As Russian cat, I am just Putin out there,
Oh God!
but I will not be Stalin in delivering the puns.
I think, yeah.
That is another one to check off the list. And if you excuse me, I must go.
Oh. Yours are way better than mine. Well done.
Oh, beautiful.
I've had that
And the
routine a
pun-
long time.
And the punniest cat award goes to.
Oh, that is fantastic. Thank you,
Well,
the
did
Gyra
not
guy.
want to be rushing into it.
Oh!
And again, I suppose
Jerry, you got
punished us enough.
$10 a pun there, mate.
You have punished us enough, I suppose.
Ah!
We should have some new
Fantastic.
ones, surely.
Jacob, I see what you said, and I agree.
Okay, so yeah,
That is
we have
fantastic.
these papers.
The dog has retrieved the papers. They are, however, they're a little dirty from being in the dirt. Buried. So that's a shame.
Here, I have them for you. Here you go, and thanks again.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. Well, thank you for retrieving that for us.
Yes.
You are a golden retriever.
Oh.
No, he's actually a Doberman, but yeah.
Oh, you guys are killing me.
Oh.
Look, all dogs are the same to me. Just.
All right. Okay. You got the papers. This human's manuscript. You may. Well, you can do whatever you want. For all I care, you guys can just go home. But assuming you want to continue fighting the good fight and fighting demons and helping humans,
we now need to get these across, and
Exactly.
and somebody's going to have to carry them, and cats carry things with their fangs. So who's going to roll me their fangs to carry the papers?
To meta slightly, my fangs is 4.
Yep. Yeah.
I actually think
I think we may all have
Yeah, you two are matched up. Whizbang's at a 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
The last
So-
time I tried to carry anything that fragile, it kind of backfired. So,
Right.
yeah.
So
One of y'all might want to carry those.
It's okay. I turned the camera off.
okay, I can.
Okay.
I'll roll for it then. I mean, given all my experience with finding cables, unplugging humans' devices, I'm sure some papers shouldn't be too much of a problem. We hope.
Excellent. 3 evens. That's fantastic. You managed to. I was gonna do a 0 evens. Obviously, would be a complete failure.
Yeah,
And then anything under 3 would have degraded the condition of these
Yeah.
papers further. 3 is
Thank
wonderful.
God, you're carrying them.
when you're carrying papers, it's important not to lick them, otherwise they go a bit soggy. Not pleasant.
Okay. So with 3 evens, you managed to carry them quite effortlessly and with great feline grace.
I was going to say I had a good feeling about that one. You already
Hey.
Oh,
well.
Excellent. All right. And I suppose you guys would now like to return these to their rightful owner.
Yay.
oh, definitely.
That sounds like a very good idea. So, good thing is we have relatively straightforward ways of getting back out because there are holes in. Actually, no, we walked. Well, we walked.
Yeah,
we
you walked along the fence here. That's true.
Yeah, that is.
So how do you?
Oh, actually, we did. While Whizbang was off. While Whizbang's owner was off on mute, we did discuss that they'd been patching up holes at the sides of the houses, but given this house seems to be the final one at the end of this little area, like it doesn't have anything going onto it, there seems to be a hole conveniently placed in the side of the fence so we can go through there and then round the back
okay.
again. I don't know if you've not sure if you lot see that as well, but that might just be me.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So whoever's taking the lead here.
So I can take those through. I was thinking Mittens can take those through the side, and then all the other cats can do what they want to do, whether they want to follow Mittens or whether they want to.
Well, like we did before. If the cat that takes the lead is successful,
Okay. Yep.
we look at that as having demonstrated, the right way to go to get out.
Cat leadership.
Exactly. So the other cats would be able to follow
Wait.
after that.
Cat leadership is just going off and doing the thing you were going to do anyway, isn't it?
No, not in this universe.
Oh, okay.
Or
Depends
rather,
on-
So you can
So,
actually herd. Whoa, hold up! You can actually herd cats in this universe.
well, I mean, you guys can hurt each other.
I mean, it would be catastrophic if we couldn't, right?
Ah.
Yes.
Alrighty. So, would Piotr have noticed anything else besides the hole? Is that what I'm getting here?
Entirely possible, maybe. He'd be, he's the kind of cat that does scope things out very quietly. So, sometimes for quite long periods of time because he mixed up the dates.
Meta.
Yeah.
Very good. Meta.
I mean, look, I also realize that there's a dog in the house behind us, and there are some things that instinct just can't get past. So I'd be kind of, keeping an eye on the rear guard.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Did you notice any other way out of the yard, though?
Do I roll for that? Is that face?
No.
to
You
look around, or-
you tell me what you.
Oh,
You just
what
look
you
at her.
think would happen, and if it's cool,
I
it
would go
happens.
along with the other two. I mean, look,
Alright.
I'm a cat. I can jump and climb the fence, but that's work.
Right.
If there's an easier way, take it. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Absolutely.
mean,
Yeah.
as I
All
say,
right, who's
conveniently placed hole in the side of the fence. Why not?
who's taking point through the conveniently placed hole in the side of the fence?
I guess
Maybe send through cat who is not carrying papers.
I was just gonna say, yeah, maybe Whizbang should take.
Yeah,
point.
I'm gonna go through ahead.
All right, give
Also
me
making sure that there's enough room for him to get
That too. Yeah, good point.
those papers because those are a different. Those
Dimension.
kind of change the profile of
Mhm.
Mittens. So I want to make sure that the hole is clear enough that he can get it.
Get everything through.
get me 2 evens on your coat.
On coat. Okay.
Because I feel like you're trying to squeeze through. I say as I wiggle around on my chair. Oh no!
Ooh.
You've only gotten 1 even.
But then, can cats lend each other style points?
So, hmm.
As in Mittens to sort of to
Does
canonize it.
Mittens
as it
have a
were.
style point?
I'm trying to think.
I've
if
got you at
there-
0, and I've got Piotr with 1 style point.
Oh, if I have one, I'll happily hand it over.
I
Um,
thought I had one from,
So
from the earlier fight,
let's
but maybe
say that Whizbang is getting kind of stuck, but Piotr will provide a push. So Whizbang, how do you get stuck? And Piotr, how do you push him through?
The first thing Piotr does is look around and make sure no one sees what's about to happen, because he is well aware that if anyone should ever witness a cat losing dignity and poise in public, it would not be good.
Yeah.
I am then going
Of course.
to give Whizbang a pushing with my back feet, because I use my front feet for they do other things, but the back feet are like, look, I can do. I'm going to kick you in the bottom and push.
give him a kick.
Okay.
Like give him a kick up the backside to
I
get him
got-
through.
Probably caught on a piece of the like the edge of the hole.
Yeah, maybe a
Hmm.
splinter or something.
Yeah.
Ouch.
All right, as Whizbang pops out the other side of the fence, the the fence sort of degrades further, and there's a bigger hole now, so you guys can
Yeah, the
get through.
the
That
scuffle,
would-
the resulting sort of scuffle / movement has resulted in whatever that hanging piece was that Whizbang got caught and fell off.
Mhm.
Probably something
Yep.
like that.
Yeah.
And
That
then,
would make sense.
Yeah.
Which is good which works out because actually part of my goal too was to try and make sure that there would be a wide enough hole for
Exactly.
Mittens',
Mhm.
So I managed to squeeze through the resulting larger hole, and thanks to my fellow cats, managed to get through there with relatively little issue, thankfully, because as we've reiterated multiple times, these papers are very important.
You have the very important cargo, so to speak.
So, as you guys leave, I'm sure you're rushing to
Mm,
Well,
the
two of us
other.
are.
Right, one of you is going very carefully.
Yep.
I would imagine maybe the other two, one is going, taking up the
One is in
rear,
front,
and
one's
another one
behind, yeah.
scouting ahead.
Yeah.
Just to keep everything very safe. You guys get to the other house, and I suppose you could take the same route
We
back
could,
in
but
there.
but it'd be difficult to do.
But I imagine it would be a bit more challenging while holding on to the papers, going on
Paper,
the
yeah.
Yeah.
trash can, and then leaping over the fence after that.
So do we
Is
spot a way
this-
in?
Is this our house that we're getting into?
No,
Uh,
this is actually the house that we have been asked to assist at.
Yeah.
This
But
is the
there's-
house where the papers belong.
Okay, and do we know if someone's home?
We haven't ascertained that as of like we didn't see a human when we went in there.
Yeah.
To be
But,
clear,
uh,
you guys met I'm sure not Piotr, but the other cats met a cat in there.
I am going to do what cats do when they want into a place, which is I'm just going to walk up to the back door, scratch it a bunch
Well-
of times, and then just start yowling.
we were gonna we were
Okay,
we were gonna
It's a cat
clarify.
door.
There is a fence that is blocking our way,
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you can't get to the back door.
and
Yeah.
but there
Oh,
is
right,
but
right, right.
in the back door there is a cat flap. So once we
Mhm.
basically the main obstacle here
Is the fence.
let me just break in back into character for that. Basically, main obstacle here is the fence. Once we get over that, we're pretty much golden. It's just a matter of getting over there first. Don't know whether you can see a way through though.
Well, it's important to take good offense.
Because
Oh.
of defense.
Well, that wasn't even good.
Oh.
Don't rule with that.
I
That's not
where you were
salvaged
going,
it.
though.
I salvaged it.
You did. You did better work than I did. Okay, I'd probably look around again. This is one of those, is there a gap? Is there something we could potentially climb on? Is there like an overhanging tree kind of dealy?
Ooh.
So there
Or
was
even if we-
sorry, I was just going to clear up
or
what
even
was
if we-
there earlier, because there was a precarious trash can that we've utilized a couple of times, which if you jump on it will wobble slightly, making the jump up and over the fence harder. Which is
But if there's a
how we did it
tree-
before. But if there are other ways of getting round into or otherwise over,
Tree or a bush with an overhanging branch into the fence.
Wouldn't that be lovely?
Oh,
We have one.
Okay, so it's definitely realistic. Now let's see if you're lucky.
yeah, it is realistic, I'd say.
Give me a d6, and even there is odd. There isn't.
Okay, do I just roll the d6?
Oh,
Or
you know what?
does-
No. Let's do something different.
Okay.
Magic. Get me 3 evens with your tail. Somebody.
I got a tail of 5.
As do I, but
Go on then, one of you.
And that is 1, 2. Oh no.
Oh,
can I
so
have a
freaking-
crack at it?
I suppose that'd be fair, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
As
One-
I'm behind him, I guess I'm bringing up the tail end.
Oh!
That was good.
Failed, but the pun was good.
It was worth it for the pun. Okay. What happened to you guys? How did you guys get hurt?
Problem with tree. Branch was dead. Unfortunately, while cat always land on feet, unfortunately, in this case, branch also land on cat.
Oh no.
Awesome. Where are you taking a scar? Let's say your coat
I'll take one to the coat.
would have landed on your back.
Oof. Ouch.
Okay.
Yes,
Would
but
you say
no one else saw it, so it doesn't count.
Ah.
I see. All right. You
So
guys
did-
keep looking around.
I was going to say, did you land inside the fence though? If you were on that dead branch, did you manage to land on the?
Yeah. Like I was climbing up, and as I was like
Hmm.
creeping along, I heard a crack, and there was enough time. There was just enough time for sorry, I should ask first. The rating of this show, is this Australian PG or American PG?
I believe Australian PG is a bit more intense. Is that correct?
We swear a bit more, yes.
Correct. We're trying to keep it decently family friendly.
Oh, jolly good. Cool. There is enough time for the first syllable of as in oh poop.
Yes, I'm with you. Yes.
Oh poop. I said poop. And then the branch breaks because unfortunately Piotr believes in living well.
I see.
Yes.
Wonderful. Okay. In that case, all right. Because I shouldn't be rewarding you for the failure on magic. But I like the flavor you're throwing in. So get me 2 evens on legs. How does that sound?
As I've only got legs 3, it sounds rather improbable.
But if you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth, I believe was the.
Well, there we go. Nailed it.
Excellent.
What a time to say that line.
All right, you made it through. So as you make it through and you stumble and you get a branch to your back, as you're tumbling and turn around, what would you find but a board in a fence?
I believe I find that getting hit. I believe I find that getting hit by branches hurts. This
yes,
was an important lesson for everyone.
Well, there is that.
The
second thing, as Piotr hits ground, branch hits Piotr, and he kind of rolls. When he comes to his feet, he does the cat equivalent of like a gymnast, like hitting the dismount stance, and then looking around like, please, no one. So I have seen that.
Can you describe that for us?
I don't have a cat, so I don't know what. Okay, like the gymnast dismount stance, which is like they stand and the hands go directly up.
I see,
making them look like a capital Y shape.
So sort of cat equivalent would probably just be raising one paw to the face, maybe kind of just like
looking cash. Yeah, just like
cool. That
I cleaned myself in character just for the amusement of everyone on Twitch, and would probably just look around, right and left. And then just kind of like circle a little bit, kind of like randomly seeming, like okay.
All right.
Yeah, I belong here.
So inside now, you actually, you're rolling. Gave you the opportunity to see a lot of things that you might not be looking at otherwise. So you noticed a board, a plank that's part of the fence is loose. So you could push it outward and let your comrades, as it were, in.
Moi Tovarich.
Which
is my attempt at my comrades in Russian.
Oh, I see.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'll. I mean, look. As much as I've gone on about things, look, that does sound like manual labor. It does sound like work. But in this case, I will.
You will
lower myself. I will lower myself to manual labor.
Would you say
you'd
be biting at it and
just kind of like trying to push it with my head?
Okay.
Yeah.
With your head. I'm trying to find out what trait I'm going to have you roll for.
I was going to say, would this be actually dental labor? Oh.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it would be because that's how cats manipulate things, right? But they do push things. All right, roll me your fangs either way. That sounds.
Thanks for bringing that up.
Oh wow!
Get your teeth into all of these puns.
Oh God!
Oh, you guys are impossible.
Oh my God!
Okay.
More like this game is impersonal. Yes.
Oh wow. Okay.
I know.
We're getting short for time.
And short for cat puns, seemingly.
Yes.
Short-haired for cat puns. As Mittens
Oh,
has
you're
short hair.
unstoppable. So it was pretty loose when you banged around. You loosened everything up. So the fence. So you managed to open it up. Everybody gets in. Since it's a whole plank missing. Mittens can comfortably walk in
Ooh.
with the papers.
Yes,
Actually,
because
it's
there is
you
plank
two.
missing, there is hole.
I'm spotting him.
And you guys walk in through the cat door to find Moonrise, the cat that gave you this mission to help his human.
Mhm.
And as you walk in, he stands up and he goes to rub his face on you guys. He looks at Piotr, and he doesn't recognize him, but he sees that he's with the rest of the group, so he goes in to rub his face on Piotr's face as well. And he says, I see you have them. Thank you so much. Can you get them to my human? He's upstairs in the office. Please hurry. He has to see them. He has to see there's still time.
Definitely.
Yeah.
We can.
We head. So yeah, it's a question of where the stairs are from here, isn't it? 'Cause we haven't been up that far yet. So to be presumably maybe through the living room where we went before, and then out the door on the other side, and then round a little corner, maybe.
Mm-hmm. That sounds like a reasonable place for stairs in this layout. So
Yeah.
I don't know if I've made this completely clear in this stream, but I prefer playing TTRPGs in the theater of the mind mindset, if you will.
Yes.
Pardon the redundancy. For what one could argue are obvious reasons, because that's just more accessible for anybody who's visually impaired than a map. But also in this game, it gives me this freedom to build the world with the players, and
I would also say, whichever way cats go, it's the right way.
there you go. So it absolutely
too,
fits,
yeah.
doesn't it?
That too.
Yeah. Okay. So alrighty. You guys find the stairs.
Yay! Cats
You
love stairs.
guys ascend the stairs. I'm looking at how much time we have. You guys ascend the stairs. And as you get up there, somebody roll me. Whoever's going first, roll your face.
There'll be one of the other two, presumably, because Mittens would be in the middle, probably.
Right. To see if you know what's up there.
I'm gonna let Piotr do that if he's willing, because he probably has better face than me.
Yeah. To make this is a slight reach for a pun, but I am at the fore face of this little expedition.
Oh,
that is. You should face up to how terrible that pun was.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Let me count your evens. Oh, you got 3 evens. That's absolutely excellent.
Yay.
Okay.
How many did I need?
Well, with these things, you don't need a specific number. It's just the more you get, the more information I'll give you.
Yeah.
Oh, jolly good.
Yeah. So 3 is really great. So here's the deal. You guys get to the landing on the 2nd floor.
So you might see more than the face value then.
Oh!
Anyway.
Oh wow!
Deeper than surface level. surely.
That too.
Oh,
There we go. Apologies, everybody.
somebody please donate enough to stop the puns so I can keep the story going.
Oh God.
Okay, all right. Let's keep this going. So with your very good face roll, you can hear what you as a cat would recognize, would call. Well, I don't know if you'd have a name for it, but what you would perceive to be a box with humans in it making noises,
Yep.
which us humans would call a TV set.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. Was
All right.
thinking could be car, could be house, could be TV set, so many things. These
I
humans
wouldn't
and their
say since
boxes.
we're already in a box.
And then, so you'd hear a TV set. You would smell a human right inside the first room after the landing. And looking at the time, you would also smell yet another boggin.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
great.
Yeah. So, given this information, sharing it with the group, I would assume you guys might want to be
Yes.
stealthy in getting in.
Yeah,
Heading.
definitely.
Okay.
Yep.
So somebody get me 2 evens with your tail.
I can try for it if you want.
Oh, just did it. Well done, Whizbang.
Oh, okay. Well done. I was going to go for it, but that's fine.
Oh, excellent. All right. Okay. Whizbang. Pardon. Whizbang.
Yes.
You managed to stealthily get in, and the boggin inside will not notice you. Oh, the Gyra guy says I'm tempted to donate again for more puns.
Don't threaten us with a good time, Jara.
Yeah. Yeah.
Careful, we might never finish this if too many puns get in here.
Exactly.
You might get more than what you're bargaining for, but anywho, so you get into the room. There's doors open. Inside, here's what you find. First, the things you already expected from talking amongst yourselves. You find a human who is sitting on a couch, staring at a TV. Now, so they're sitting and they're slouching, and there's that extra level. There's when you sit on a couch and you melt into it. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's how this human, this older gentleman is sitting on the couch, and he is melted into the couch, figuratively speaking.
He's very much asleep.
Across from the human and the couch, you see a desk with a typewriter. And finally, on the human, like literally sitting on his shoulders, on his head, on the couch, you find the boggin you were expecting, and this is a dark sort of, how should I put this, amorphous creature. It seems to have maybe some legs, maybe not. It's a very strange. It's a very strange dark creature weighing down on the human. How do you proceed? And backstage people, please let me know how we are for time when appropriate.
I've got a feeling I know what this demon might be. I'm not sure, but maybe giving these papers back might help him out of this. I'm not sure, but Maybe.
Can you get them up to him?
It'll be a team effort.
We will
surely.
distract Boggin. You take papers.
I mean, fine. Right,
Yeah.
we'll have to go for this. Only way we're going to make it work. Good luck, you two. So
Here
the
we go.
plan. So the
Can
plan
I-
being. Yeah, sorry.
So can I use my tail to distract the creature and again just like confuse it so that my comrade can get on through?
Yes. Tell me how you'd go about doing that, give or take, and I'll tell you how many
Okay.
evens you need. Oh, by the way,
okay.
please don't roll, so I don't.
Oh gosh,
so I'm not,
jolly good. Sorry.
So I don't.
Yes. Yeah, not a problem.
Accidentally give you call for the number
Yeah,
of
that's
evens you get. You
That's
know
fine.
how
That's
it
fine.
goes.
Okay,
Mhm.
so Piotr would try and circle this thing a few
Okay.
times. Go around it
Mm-hmm.
with a spin, which would in this case form a communist revolution.
Oh god, that was terrible. That was absolutely wow. I think you
I'm trying to
broke-
understand how that would work.
It
Okay.
never does.
Wow.
Well,
I
to
feel
be
like-
fair, it's worked a number of times in the moment, at least.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, look, I mean, it was one that I felt really like Lenin into.
Ugh,
Oh,
Oh.
God.
okay, fine. I'll give it to you for the pun. Give me 3 evens with your tail and you'll somehow distract
Okay, I only
the-
got 2, but
well, then
He
you
w-
didn't.
He was Vladimirly trying to get it to work.
Ah! Oh,
have I got
wow.
another one?
Unreal.
Probably.
Yeah, that was 2. Okay, so
Yeah.
you didn't do it.
Do I have
It's-
any style points left?
Do you? I
I
don't
don't
have any
know.
stop points for you. No.
I think. Yeah, because we kind of used it up.
Yeah, you used it
Okay,
earlier
fair.
through the thing.
Here's the deal. We're pretty much done for time. So as not to leave you guys with a no ending or a sad ending.
Should we just say that even
Mhm.
in his sorry, just gonna make a suggestion. Should we just
Mhm.
say that even as Piotr's trying to distract Boggin, I still, whether it works or not, Mitten still manages to run through, kind of climb up the leg, up the couch, and manage to put the papers onto the human's, well, either onto the human's lap. I was going to say that or onto the desk, but onto the lap works. And
Somewhere
then-
they could, yeah, because he would possibly have a chance to.
All right. Let's
Yeah.
say then that
Just an idea.
yes. Let's say that the boggin is not distracted enough to get off the human or to go elsewhere or something, but that it might not notice you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting on the couch. Like it's not gonna go away.
No, but it's not going to.
It could maybe fight you. You don't know. You're taking a risk.
Yeah, definitely.
But we can do that. The couch. What's a couch? It's just a couch. Just give me 1 even on your legs.
Hold on.
I mean, it
We
would,
jump up on couches all the time.
it would be a mere formality, but this is a stressful situation after all.
Yeah.
What would
Hey, nailed it.
Hey! Got 2.
excellent 2 evens?
no,
You get
no,
a style
3
point.
evens. No, 3 evens.
Yes,
Yeah,
3.
'cause of-
That is
yeah.
correct. You get a style point.
I just looked at it and I don't know why I didn't see 2 as an even. Then I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, you know what confuses me? So I'm using magnification on this. Averybot highlights 6s and 1s. It highlights the crits.
Huh.
So the highest number or the lowest number possible in bold.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
So sometimes I instinctively count the bold numbers.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
It's
instead of-
trying to
instead of
highlight
actually-
for like Alien or something like that.
Well, I mean, or even Dungeons and Dragons, right? A D20. If you get 20, that's a critical success. So you're looking out for those, right? So
Yeah. So
yeah, okay. Yes, 3 evens. You get a style point, and you
Yeah.
succeeded to climb onto the couch. I assume you're laying down the papers, as you said,
Yep,
on
like,
on the guy's
essentially,
lap.
Yeah.
Yep.
The idea being that at this point the sort of general commotion of me,
Mhm.
so, the
Mhm.
general
We'll
commotion of
let
me
you.
trying to get up to the human in question.
Oh, we'll get his attention as well.
Yeah, that's kind of the idea. As much as it's out of stress,
Mhm.
it may actually serve to get the papers where they need to be anyway.
Right. So you put the papers down on his lap.
Yep.
He kind of looks at you like, like, oh, what's this? He's mildly curious,
So how do we get him to?
but not more than that. He takes the papers in his hand, he holds on to them, and he keeps staring at the TV. And the
hang
goblin
on.
is still on top of him.
I may have an idea.
Push the power button.
Not so much push the power button, whiz bang, as go for my namesake. Let's go for the plug.
Yes.
So Mittens is gonna be very much the cable finder he's known as,
Excellent.
and follow because he knows where the TV is and he knows there's bound to be a cable there because he's had experience. So technically, I don't know. Given the terminology you were using earlier, you'd call this advantage, probably, because it's cables and that's kind of his thing.
Right. That could we could give you another style point for that. Sure.
Just an idea.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
so Mittens finds the cable
Mm-hmm.
and he manages to.
Well, I don't know if he does.
Well,
we haven't rolled yet.
Okay, good. I see. Yeah.
You're telling me what you want to do.
No, good point. Yeah.
All right. You want to find the cable and yank it out the socket?
Yeah. Well, either that or out of the back of the TV. Either one.
Out of something.
Okay. All right. Just yank at it.
Just.
Gotcha. All right.
Cool.
Get me. I gotta make this hard for you. Get me 3 evens on your fangs.
That's.
Ooh,
okay. Yeah.
Took a hit previously.
Yep, I know. I've been writing it down as I've gone along.
Excellent.
Or tried to.
Mhm.
So if we roll this and hope that Avery.
That is 3 evens. Phenomenal.
Yay! Let's go.
Nice.
All right. Tell us how you yank out the cable.
So I realised that yanking the cable out of the socket's always tricky, but thankfully this is one of those TVs that's on the wall, and the good thing about those is the cables normally go downwards. So what I was able to do was grab from the bottom and pull, and thankfully it's a bit of a struggle, but managed to with a rather loud static pop and a bright flash from the window on the box on the wall, managed to essentially cut the power. So thankfully, cable finding came in useful.
Excellent. And the tech or the tech was going to fix it, or the store that's going to sell a new one is
Probably.
are also absolutely delighted by this by this turn of events.
This apparent mysterious shutting off of a TV without anything happening to
it. Excellent. All right. So here's what happens. So the human you're trying to help, he seems surprised that the TV's gone out, and he sort of drops the TV remote he was holding, and he melts into the couch a little deeper as the boggin keeps weighing down on him.
Ah! Thought we had it. So, plan now? How do we get his attention? That's
Blind Toes donated $50. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Do tell.
So we need the human's attention, yes?
Okay, so meta. You need
We
to,
need the
to
human
get
mobile.
you need to get the boggin off of him, right?
Yeah.
Do we get Bogan off of human if human moves?
Could be. Just one quick thing. While I interact with chat, Blind Toes, tell me, would you prefer puns or to give the players a style point?
Ooh.
We could probably really use the style point around now, but that's just me.
Yeah. We're not
I mean,
trying to
I don't know.
we're not trying to
We-
influence the chat, but you know.
Too many puns, and we'll never finish this thing. We'll have the next group banging down the door trying to get in.
I mean, chat gets what chat wants.
Or Wiz banging down the door trying to get in.
Oh!
Sorry.
Oh,
I had to.
Excellent. Okay. So I have yet to get an answer. But
Blind Toes has said, "Give the players a style point."
Oh,
that is
sorry. I'm
perfect.
watching
Wonderful.
the chat
Just
out of
Mhm.
funs and giggles.
Thank you. Yes. Excellent. Okay, then in that case, you guys do get a style point. So for the
Yay.
next roll, you guys get an extra point. All right. How do you want to deal with this thing? How do you want to get it off of him?
What do you think? What do you reckon, you two?
unison ambush.
Yeah, just all three of us go at once. And try
I have idea
Okay.
to make Bogan uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm going to bite the human in the leg
Ooh.
for two
Okay.
reasons.
Right.
One, it will get the human's attention off of Bogan and down here on us.
Yeah.
Number two, human will suddenly stand up, sorry, I'll put the accent back on. Human will suddenly stand up, making very difficult for Bogan to stay on human.
Yeah. I see your logic. That makes
Make
sense.
the human knock the boggin off. Yeah. Let's do
Yeah.
Duh. See, human just need push.
That is
Or-
very interesting.
Or
Okay.
not so much push as pain in leg.
Ah. The puns, they don't stop.
They do
They
not.
never stop.
I mean, I guess
I like that.
Piotr
Roll
is
me your
maybe
fangs,
jolly good.
and
Now,
I will roll the human's
give-
legs.
given where I'm attacking the human, would this be considered a vulnerable point?
Ooh.
Well, you
because
already
it's like
have
they're-
you're already getting a
it's like-
style point.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
But it is like their Achilles heel.
Oh, that's what you were going for.
There you go.
Oh.
Oh.
Look, the build
Let's-
was not great.
what?
Oh,
The build
man.
was not great.
Oh, God.
Neither was Avery about that. Avery decided, actually, Josh, no, I don't like that.
That was very much a Trojan horse of a pun. We weren't sure where it was going to go.
Avery gave the human 4 evens.
Oof.
And you
I
just
only
roll.
see. I see. I see 3
No, you're
evens.
correct. 3 evens. 3 evens. Did you
And-
just roll, or is that an older roll?
No, I did just roll, and
You
I
did just
failed
roll,
quite
okay.
badly,
You failed even with
Um,
a style point.
even with a style
Um,
point. So I'm just going to hold on to
hmm.
my style point.
Oh wait, no, you okay? Well, it was a style point for the party, really. Did you also have a style point?
I don't think so. I was told I didn't,
Oh.
so I'm acting like I did not.
I see that Mittens had a style point.
Oh, did I? Oh. I didn't really...
Um,
Oh, yeah, no, I did. Yeah.
Would Mittens want to help this?
I can.
Convince me. Tell me how you could be helpful in getting another cat to bite a human.
So, essentially, Mittens is going to try the very old, time-honored method of rubbing up against the human's legs and doing the sort of thing, and which then, of course, leaves an opening, right? You know, the human
Right.
human moves forward, and then Piotr just goes in for it, like looking like he's going to be playful, and then
Excellent. That opens up an opportunity for for your fellow cat. Fantastic. Okay, so
I'm gonna actually jump up
Oh.
into the space that would have been occupied by said human. So sitting down is like,
Oh, I see.
Oh, after he gets up.
yep.
All right, so let's take it a step at a time.
Yep.
Okay. So Mittens rubs onto
Humans.
the human's legs.
Yep.
Piotr takes this opportunity, finds an opening as the human shifts around to bite him, probably in the ankle or something.
Yep.
He's going to jump up, throwing the boggin into the air.
Ooh.
And Whizbang, you want to jump onto the couch behind him then, like where he was sitting.
Right. So he can't basically make it very difficult, if not impossible, for him to
Sit back down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, get me 1 point on your legs. One even rolling your legs.
Come on.
This talking like this, saying rolling body parts always sounds super weird, but you get used to it.
Yeah, roll your legs, roll your face.
Right? Roll your face. You got 2 evens. Fantastic.
Nicely
All right.
done.
So Whizbang is now sitting behind him. He was still holding onto the papers. He threw off the boggin. The TV is now off. He's up and alert and slightly in pain, sadly.
Yeah.
And he realizes, wait, I have something in my hand. And you see him look at look at the bunch of papers he's got in his hand. And he realizes what it is, and it was his manuscript that he needed to hand into his editor. Well, I mean, you're a cat, so you have no idea it's his manuscript, but whatever. But it's his
I think
manuscript.
To us, it's just a novelty.
No.
Oh, ouch.
Wow.
I'm dying here.
Okay, yeah. So he recognizes that.
Oh man.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
All right. So you guys, he recognizes his papers as being the manuscript he needed to hand in to his editor, and he looks around and he sees all these cats. But between finally getting his manuscript back and having that weight lifted off of him by these wonderful furry creatures, he just sort of kind of pets you. I say this as I frantically wave my hand in the air. He kind of very quickly pets each one of you, runs down the stairs, and well, you don't know where he's going, but he's definitely on a mission, and he's you guys can tell that you've succeeded.
Yay!
So yeah,
We did it!
uh,
Well done!
and I believe we are now ready for the.
Great work, cat crew. Well done.
Indeed.
I believe. So if I could get a confirmation that we're ready to move on to the panel, because at 10 we have the Everyone Games panel. We good to go? All right, I'll wrap this up.
All right.
And I will disappear for a couple of minutes and then jump in sort of in the middle, if that's okay. Okay. All right. Thank you guys for joining me and for playing a cat. That was a great time. So this whole thing with content warnings and everything might feel kind of weird for some people. But when we got to the end of this, I feel personally like animals are can be really great friends to us and can really help us in many ways. Of course, not in this dramatic, theatrical way, but I'm sure you understand my meaning. Finally, Moonrise was a real cat. Moonrise is no longer with us. He was a friend's cat. And I wanted to thank Moonrise for fighting Boggins
Yes.
for his human for many years, and for being a great cat, as I'm from what I know from. Okay, and thank you everybody for watching. Thank you for donating. Everybody's been excellent. Stick around, if you will, for the Everyone Games opening panel coming up 17 minutes ago. My apologies. Have fun in the time machine that will take us all there. And that is how I leave you. Party cats, cool cats, kitty cats. Would you like to leave chat with some parting words at all?
If I may, thank you so much for the invite to this. It's been amazing. Had an absolutely brilliant time with all of you. Thank you to you for being such a great party and having such a great game master as well. It's been fantastic. If you want to see more stuff from me, I'll be here for the gaming accessibility panel tomorrow. And I'll also be streaming The Last of Us Part 2 on Grounded difficulty on my Twitch channel. It's all in the schedule. You can find me on Twitter and on Twitch and on YouTube as Sightless Combat, SIGHTLESSKOMBAT. And I look forward to doing this more in the future. So thank you to all of you for a great time. It's been brilliant.
You bet. And I will be appearing in a very different role tonight at 7 p.m. Playing some D&D, so you can find me there. I'm Landras Gembar on Twitter. And I will also be playing an Astronomer tomorrow in League of Eternal Guardians. So hope to see you all there.
I will be going to bed, so please don't try and find me, because it is 20 past midnight here.
Wow.
Just don't. If I do want to say thank you very much. I had a lovely time. I do apologize again for mucking up the date. Yes, unlike cats, I can feel guilt. I do want to say thank you.
Cats are like wizards. They're never late or early. They're always right on time.
Yeah, I do not have that advantage. I do want to say thank you very much. I've had a lovely time. If anyone wants to yell at me about my terrible puns, I can be found on Twitter at Nerdy People D&D, where you can also find the podcasts and stuff I used to make, because I now don't have time.
Okay, all right. Have a great night and rest, and everybody else. See you later, and goodbye, Twitch chat.
Good games, everybody.
Waving at the camera.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.